Okay, I guess I could have changed the background, but I'm still unpacking. So yes, so I just noticed my table. Of course, that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. So welcome everybody. I don't have my microphone, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. So I'm just using the microphone on the computer. But I thought I better come on in because we're coming into a real crazy week this week. And we're entering in, with Mars and Mercury leaving at the same time. So Mars is leaving Aries and Mercury's leaving Gemini. So we're coming into a very here we go. Like this is kind of like go time energy, and especially since this is falling on July the 4th, tomorrow, and going into next week. Now, I mentioned way back in January that, as we enter into the summer months, especially July, it's really coming into, I'm going to say, well, some bumpiness. With the full moon, like we just had, I mean, with the new moon, but we're going to be having the full moon, um, which happens every month, just saying. The full moon and new moon, it's one of those things coming up. Hold on. Got to pull my little calendar up. On the 15th, I believe, is the full moon. So, and the full moon we're coming into where the full moon is going to be right by Pluto. So it's going to be a very emotional time. So we're heading into a lot of emotions. So we're going to be unpacking a lot of different emotions and energies that are going through here. With Mars ending up today and then tomorrow going into Taurus, this is really, sort of a good manifesting time of saying, okay, this is what I was thinking about. This is, initiation time. Going forward and really pushing things forward. I got like little horns sticking up there on my hair. Anyways, initiation time. Now there's so much where the energies are hitting, especially with the full moon coming up. The full moon and where Pluto is hitting right where on January 12th, 2020, which was the starting of the what. And so you're going to start hearing things, more information is going to be coming out. More information has come out. And I think a lot of people are realizing what was in the elixir because they're coming out with more of saying this is what is in the elixir. For many places around the world, they're now exempting anybody for religious rites for the elixir because of some of the ingredients within it. So there's things like this, like, as I told people, with a Uranus squaring Saturn, and we're still in that square. So there's still a lot that is going to be inundated upon us and pushed upon us. And the whole thing, the whole beautiful part, there's a beautiful part to this, is that this is really where we are heading into a energy of community and energy of new creativity. We're heading into an energies of bringing in new holistic healings and things like that. But we may not see it right away. I really don't like the glare, but then if I go like this, I really can't see anything. The holistic healing part. So we have this transformation that's happening in the world, and it is within, it is making a split. The split is there. And I remember talking about the split, I don't know if it was 2016 or 2017, on what side of the river do you want to be on, because we're going to have to jump and decide. And from 2012, where they, with the Mayan calendar and saying it was ending, well, there was an ending. The world did end as we knew it, and it started to begin to create something new. Changes started coming in. more exploration on spirituality, your intuition, and your psyche and psychokinesis, and different forms of healing started to come in. And this is shaking up, per se, the status quo, shaking up. Now, as we are coming forward, and especially tomorrow, there is another split that's coming forward for us as we're heading in to this week. And this week is really bringing in some transitions that are going to awaken us even more. Now, many of you have been already doing the work. You've been really working on things and being really aware of, consciously of your thoughts and intentions, and, how you want to move forward into your world. And that's a real good thing, right? And in that, it is allowing us to prepare for more of what is going to be thrown at us. And it's almost where, with the work that you've been doing, and really planting yourself and allowing yourself to co-create with Gaia and with your divine, this is really allowing for you to, when things are being thrown, you're able to pivot even more, or move from that line of fire that's coming in. And especially when we do have like squares over to Neptune and Uranus, so there are disruptions coming in, and I'm going to feel like there's going to be either crazy things to do with the ocean coming forward, and shakeups with the land. Now, that could be a physical shakeup. That could be people being shook up with, changing directions, changing ideas on where they want to go. And you're hearing right now a lot within the world about all the different crises that are happening. And we're hearing that, right? And the one thing that he always does this. The one thing that you will discover is that through all these transition, it's creating new communities. And I've been saying that for a while. And it's creating a time for us to really look at the world with fresh eyes. And this week is, especially with the two planets, or two personal planets, moving signs at the same time, basically the same time, so it's not very far apart. It is a bit of a shakeup. It is going to be a shakeup. Now, if you know someone, or if you have anger issues, if you have issues to do with, having a hard time to contain yourself with your anger, this is, go for a walk, get yourself out there, get yourself moving in some way to let that anger out. And that really is going to help you to promote or go into the positive way that you want to go with this energy. It is I'm going to say it's a real bumpy road that's coming in. And I think July 4th is really going to initiate a huge change and beginning of change. And we're going to start seeing it over the next few weeks on where people are at as we are heading towards new communities, new life, new ways of thinking, and where people might be stumbling. And if you're seeing people stumble, then this is where it's time to, come together. Don't just point fingers. More who have had the elixir, and I've talked to a few people, and they've told me that they did it because to do what they needed to do, but they believe that the divine's just going to wash it through them, and which is beautiful. I think if that's how you believe, then that's how you believe. There's other, we're going to find out more of people getting sick. And that's where we really have to have more of an understanding. And this is where you're going to have to watch your anger over the next couple of weeks. It's like it's one thing for us to shake our finger and saying, haha, I told you so. It's another, it's like, okay, we need to come together with compassion and understanding for those that need the compassion and understanding. A lot more are going to be getting sick. A lot more are going to be having effects of what the that this whole experiment is, and that's exactly what it is. And that's what's starting to get uncovered. And right now, you know, with Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune retrograde, I mean, we've gone so far of what we can do, or the information that we'll receive, and now we have to review it all and look at the information more closely. Look at what's going to be revealed and what we need to restructure in our lives and what's important in that restructuring in our lives. And that's where we're, you know, that's the positive. That's the transformation that's coming through. So we're going through these positive transformations, and you know, things that the earth is doing, you know, with the climate change and everything, we have to understand that we're going through a photon belt that it does this every 12,000 years, give or take 500. You know, we're going through this, you know, these belts and electrical charges and changes, and this is where we're at. We can't, you know, with the environment changing, climate changing, this is all part of what Mother Nature is doing. It, yes, man may have, you know, added to it, but there's something there that I feel like it's like almost a denominator where I feel like the divine knows how messed up humans are, so he just allows for our mess ups. And just like, it just shakes his head and just like, those humans, oh, the crazy people they are. And allows for a lot of the errors that are coming in. You're going to hear less and less about the climate change and environmental push right now, because things are going to be taking a turn in a different direction. So you're not going to hear about that as much over the next coming months. There's going to be a change in direction that's going to be coming forward. And some of that might feel scary, and it might feel unsettling. But the focus is to be able to focus on what you need to be doing for your own selves and your own community, and how you can create that structure for a betterment of the world around us. Okay, so I just wanted to pop up here and just to say hi. I am booking people in, so I do have a sale on. The sale's on till the end of July. So if you are wanting to get in on the 1 hour reading, definitely it's on till the end of July, and book your reading now. I have a few days like that I'm booking in around other things that I'm up to. Meditations will restart in September, and I have a lot of catching up with my one workshop, God bless them, that I've been doing. So I have a lot of catch up to do with them. And then September, we're going to be bringing in more of classes and stuff, and more of this classes to help you to get through. I'm going to just say it, the fucking shitstorm that's really going to hit in October, November. That's really going to be when things really hit the fan. In the world, in the Muggle world, we're going to start really feeling it more. And this is too where there's just so much. There's just so much happening, and I know there's positive changes that are happening within all of this, but the changes, the things that are going on, like, the promotion of cricket powder, and the promotion of, in Wales right now, they did in schools they're making cricket meatballs, and they said the kids really love them. I don't think they told the kids that they're eating fucking bugs, that's for sure. So there's crazy shit like that that's happening. But this is when world gets really crazy like that, right to the extreme, you know that there's a breakdown. That's when there's a breakdown, right? When you see the extremes, especially when it comes to any societal issues that we have, when it comes to, from the when you look at the pendulum, when the pendulum goes from sexuality to, ooh, don't talk about it, to a point where it's just totally exploited and horrific, then you start to know that on either end, that's societal breakdown. That's when people rebel. That's when people, say, no, we're not taking this anymore. And people come together to really rebuild and rebond to make something different. When you're pushing bugs and crickets on people, there's a tipping point, and that's where this revolutionary energy comes in. For how far does it take before we say no more? And it is within our history that humans will take so much before they say, hell no, we're not going to go for it anymore, and really take the rebellion. So we're in that sort of cusp period. People aren't fully there, but I think, it's sort of a touch and go kind of thing. They're going to try and promote a new vaccine that's not the mRNA. That's going to come in, and it's a new plasmic kind of energy. I don't know the full details of it, but just on a few scientists and reviews that I've seen, they're going to try and push that, especially for the fall. So there's some crazy things that are coming down the chute that we have to just be aware of and not fall into the crazy media drama of it, and making sure that we are staying grounded. Now, and even with this North Node heading towards Uranus, and Uranus squaring Saturn, still in that, not exact, but they're still in those degrees. It's creating the transformation. It's creating these changes and obscurities that are coming in, because Uranus is the mad scientist who rules Aries. Aquarius is the scientific, and it can go into the extreme bizarre nuttiness. Saturn's there. We can get into the extremes, but it wants to have the structure with it as well. So what's the structure that we want to put together with it all? So there's a lot that we are unfolding within our lives, but within it, there's a lot of beauty and structure that wants us to create a strong foundation with new healing patterns and new healing ways of doing things. So it's sort of like it's a give and a take, but we don't always see all of that beautiful light that's coming in, because we might be over inundated with all the other craziness that's coming forward. So continue shining your light, continue being that beautiful energy that you are, and don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're going to be okay. We're going to get through. The light always wins. It's like this move. The move is done. We got everything in that we could get in. Am I exhausted? Am I tired? Yeah, I'm exhausted. Am I tired? My body aches. There's a lot in my hands, the whole bit. But you know what? We did it. We did it. And starting off on our next little adventure. And where do we go from there? So, as my little teddy bear, I don't know if you see him. There you go. That teddy bear. That's a Starbucks bear. We got it when my kids were little. Anyways, of course it's a Starbucks bear. What else a bear could there be, right? So you guys, I love you. Pass the word around about my summer sale, and I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of my community, for your support, and may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you, and all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Thank you, everyone. And we will talk to you all hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. Bye-bye.